Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to create your first program with Robot Mesh. So we're going to go over how to create a program and then how to configure your settings in Robot Mesh so that the robot actually understands what you're telling it to do. So let's get into it. This is where we left off. We're on Robot Mesh. Remember, make sure you're in Robot Mesh Studio, and also make sure that you're in Chrome and you have the Chrome extension plugin installed. Excuse me. All right. So what you want to do is you want to scroll down here and you want to click Create New Project. These are different things you can program with Robot Mesh, but we have Vex EDR, so click that. Then click Language. You can choose to use any of these. Actually, we don't have that controller, but if you know Python, great. If you want me to show you Python, great, but we're going to go with Blockly first. It's a pretty easy language to pick up. And then in here, you're going to choose a name for your project. Now, it'll give you a random name. It'll tell you something like Mighty City was what it said there. It'll give you just two random words it'll string together. That's good. It's fine. It allows you to create a program really fast, but it's hard to keep track of what your programs actually were. So I'm going to just call this Robot Mesh Demo. All right, and then I hit create. You saw that, I hit create, and now it's going to take me into the interface to start programming. It takes a second to load because there's a lot going on here. There we go. So, just quick introduction to Robot Mesh. I got to install a new extension, but I can do that after the video. Over here you have all of your options for your blocks you can use for programming. And then basically what you'll do is you'll just grab those and you'll drag them over here and you'll make like a little puzzle kind of deal. Okay, so we're going to do that in the next video though. So for this one, what I want to show you is how to set up your motors. So over here on the right side of your screen, you see D1, D2, all those. And then there are the A's. What we want is M. M is for motors. And so that's what we're going to set up first. That's the basic fundamentals. Get a robot moving, you need motors. So then what I want to do is I'm going to switch over to just the display for a second. And we're going to look at this screen. This will tell us what our settings are, what the basic settings we have for our Vex Robot are. Now, you can change these, but these are the default ones that we're just going to use just to get started. So there are 4 motors on the Clawbot that we have. There is the left drive motor that turns the wheels on the left side. There's the right drive motor that turns the wheels on the right side. Then there is the arm motor, which moves the arm up and down. This is the arm, so that can go down there and it can lift up there. And then there's the claw motor, which opens the claw and closes it. So first off, we have the left drive motor, so we look to where that's plugged in. That's plugged into port 1. So we're going to go back to Robot Mesh. We're going to find M1. You got to kind of scroll over sometimes. So M1, and you click this little gear symbol over there. For this, you just want to use a motor. And then name it something like left drive. Something that you'll remember. Okay, now let's see what else we got. We want to set up our claw motor. That's in port 6. So we're going to go down to M6. And now this one's a little bit different. This is actually an encoder motor because you don't just want to turn on your claw and just say move as much as you want. See the claw, you don't just turn it on, just say keep turning as much as you want. You want to be able to set it to a precise setting, so I can pick something up or drop something. So that's what the encoder motor is for. So you're going to click that, and you're going to go up here, and you're just going to name it claw. What else we got? In port 7, we have the arm motor. Now think about, is the arm motor, is that one that we want just to rotate continuously, or do we want to be able to set that to a precise angle? Hopefully you responded that you want to set it to a precise angle, and for that we can't just use the regular motor, we got to use the encoder motor. We don't own any servo motors right now. We'll probably get some of those soon. And for that, you're just going to name that arm. Now for the last setting, we have the right drive motor. It turns the wheels over there. I'm going to go to M10, because we see over here that's plugged into port 10. And you're going to click the little gear symbol. You can make sure that we click the right port. Up there it says port 10, so that's all good. Remember, do we want it to rotate continuously forever, or do we want it to rotate to a specific angle and stop? So this is for the wheels, we just want a regular, continually rotate as long as we have power given to it. And then we're going to just type in here right drive. Okay, so that's as far as we're going to do in this video. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to set up your program. Now, let's switch back over here and let's talk about what we did. First we created a program with the create program button. We gave it a name that we can remember, because otherwise you're going to create a lot of programs this year, so it's going to get really hard to remember if you just give them the silly names that they give you by default. And then we went over here and we adjusted each of the we set each of the motors to a specific port. And make sure when you do that, I'll give you this file so you know which one is the right port. If we want, in the future, if we want to plug these into different ports, that's definitely something that we can do. When we're all kind of sharing the robot, it's kind of easy just to have each of the motors plugged into a specific spot, so we don't have to change around too many settings when somebody uses the robot as opposed to the next person. So all right, I'll see you guys in the next video, and we'll learn how to write a program.